We're officially live. Just give it a couple seconds for community to come in. We're officially inside of Meta Mansion's gameplay.
Let's go. Give it a few minutes. People will join. We're going to jump into a walkthrough. So exciting.
Welcome everyone. We're going to give it a couple minutes before we start going inside of our gameplay experience, but this is the first ever Web3 Metaverse experience. My name's Nima. This is Daniel. We have Ty behind the camera. And as you know, we've been working on this project for over 10 months now. We're almost coming out to 11 months on October 18th. Again, for all the new audience and for all the new community members joining, this is the Keys Metaverse Alpha Access. Coming to you live from Dubai. We're directly accessing this link through play.keys.xyz. And this is the first of its kind, built on Unreal Engine 5. As many of you are aware, we launched this project back on November 18th with the token launch, and now here we are inside of a Meta Mansion. The alpha is officially live for our community members around the world to come in and check it out. Daniel's already moving around and he's in, and as we wait for our community members to come on in and join us for this alpha access event, we want to go over some details and give you a picture of what's coming next and what type of features we have in mind, how we're gaining information from our community members around the world on what they want for their Meta Mansions. As many of you are aware, this is one Meta Mansion in our island biome. And the goal with this is to get user feedback. So if you're watching this live, or if one day you watch this, please give us constructive criticism, feedback on what you love, what you dislike, what type of additions, features, customization tools, all sorts of additions that we could bring to the platform. So I'll let Daniel jump into some details, but the one thing to keep in mind is we're going to be going into some extensive details and giving you a little sneak peek on what to expect, on all the different ideas we have and why this Meta Mansion is truly revolutionizing the real estate game. And we started this project with the idea of changing how real estate and technology work together, but in reality, we've discovered numerous amount of new opportunities. So with that being said, Daniel, it's all yours.
Awesome.
Let's jump right into it.
So we'll jump right into it. So first things first, how do you access the Keys Metaverse? So to access the Keys Metaverse, you need to attach your wallet onto it. You need to have at least 100 keys or a Meta Mansion or a key card in order to be able to jump into this experience. So you go to play.keys.xyz, connect your wallet. First things first, let's learn a little bit about how to actually use the gameplay experience. You see WASD, that's just to navigate. If you're a gamer, you know exactly what that is. Space is to jump, move your mouse to look around, and then we're gonna go into what edit mode is and how to actually customize your mansion so that you can show your friends kind of your artist style and kind of make it your own mansion. So this is how to actually use the mansion. So let's just jump right into it, right? So I'm walking around here. First thing I want to do, let's just say I want to customize the floors, okay? Nemo, what kind of floors do you like? Because I personally really like luxury style floors. I pressed E, and now you see that there's a little bit of an icon that just popped up. You go ahead and press, you look at the area you want to customize, you just give it a press, and on the right side, you're going to see the styling options of what you can actually customize it to. So I'm just going to go over here, and I'm just going to switch it to the next one. Skyros marble. I think it's a really nice marble,
it is,
right?
It definitely is.
And let's talk a little bit about brand integrations. How we're going to get people that have their own little styling companies, that they want to have their own little creative design, come to the metaverse, because this is a kind of a real life experience of us as a consumer trying and really looking at how a floor would look like in an actual home.
So let's jump into some details and why we're so excited about this. So what's real estate all about? Real estate is a place to live and feel at peace and feel like you own and control your asset, right? So as a real estate developer, as a homeowner, the customization aspect is one of the most beneficial utilities of this product. And in reality, we started with some case studies and sample products. This one's called Skyros. You have Emperador marble, you have Verona marble, and down the line, we're gonna have all sorts of business and brand integration when it comes to building materials. that businesses and brands can actually bring their own tile, their own marble. We can partner up with all sorts of different manufacturing plants around the world that can actually integrate their product and not just display it as a point of discovery to their target audience, but down the line be able to sell products through our marketplace. This is truly revolutionary because this to us is what the metaverse experience is all about. It's about bridging the digital to the physical world. And the real life utilities come through customization. But one layer above that is going to be the idea of actually monetizing these spaces and providing true business value through these immersive experiences. So now let's jump into some additional details that's got us very, very excited. And the reason for this is when we first started out this project, we had the idea of customizing assets. But what we didn't realize is every asset has a base and then it has materials. So I'll let Daniel jump into it. But this part, make sure to pay a lot of attention because all MetaMansion holders around the world, this is where you start monetizing.
So one of the really cool things about interior design is you take a bunch of elements together and then it creates a beautiful atmosphere and it creates a beautiful space. So what we want to do is we want to be able to change those layouts on the go. So I press T, I'm going to go and press over here, and over here you can see a couple different options here. You see the room layout and you see the styling options. So first let's go into the room layout, right? This is the lounge space. And you can set these up using our creator tools that's coming out in the future. You could literally go ahead and press on here and boom, just like that, you change the entire room layout in one click. And you can really visualize what it's gonna look like for your interior space in just one click of a button. This hasn't really been done before ever in any single kind of industry, and we're kind of bringing it to you live first inside of the metaverse. So super excited. This is more of a social space layout, and this is the lounge space. So that's actually how you customize it. So let's go ahead and maybe go into a little bit of a color shift here. So I'm going to go press here again, and now you see there's a tabletop. So let's just change the tabletop. Nima, give me a color.
I like red. I think
You
red.
like the red?
Yeah, red or blue, both of them work. And
Okay, let's do it.
the best part about this is instant change,
Just
real-time
like
gameplay.
I'm going to make it a little darker here as well. I like a little dark red.
And see, he likes dark red, I like light red. And that's the best part of having the ability to immediately change. Now imagine, let me give you a real life example. Imagine right now I wanted to take this table and I wanted to change the surface to red. Do you understand how much time it would take? First of all, I would probably have to call the builder. Then I would probably have to wait weeks on weeks. Then they have to deal with logistics, the shipping, the handling, the headache of getting this all the way here. And then it arrives and I don't like it. What do? Send it all the way back, wait more time, more shipping and handling. These are problems, real world problems that our platform solves. And in addition to solving real world problems, the ability for trends, for businesses to be able to capture consumer data before they go into manufacturing, before they make this piece of asset. It could be anything. It could be this table, it could be the floor, the wall. All of these assets are considered in our real estate centric metaverse. And what's got us so excited about the customization utility aspect is the fact that it's directly connected to the business value that it provides. So as you can see, Daniel's customizing it as he likes, based on the colors he likes, and it's all happening real time. This is what Genius Ventures delivered. Not only did they say that they could deliver something like this, but they went above and beyond. And they delivered a product that other businesses could come build on top of. And the reason we're so excited is because this is just the alpha. Imagine when we start scaling this. Imagine when you are inside of your own MetaMansion. Not only could you have access to some of these tools and assets, but you could also give us feedback on what type of features and 3D assets you want to see inside of this world.
A lot of the things that we're trying to do is create the building blocks and the foundation for other people to come in, other creators, other consumers, other builders. We want to make it easy and simple and intuitive as possible for anyone to come in and really make it all about themselves, make it their own space. That's what I really love about this.
So let's move on. Let's go inside of the NFT showroom. And this is personally one of my favorite places. And as you start putting the pieces together, look at all the different tangible benefits that this platform brings. Not only do we have 2D display sections and walls where businesses and brands, specifically artists, real estate platforms such as brokerages, developers, this is where they start getting excited. And in addition to this, we also have 3D assets that we'll get to. As you can see here, this chair is right beside a 2D asset, and we wanted to show both examples inside of the showroom. So with that being said, I'll let Daniel continue the explanation of why this aspect is super, super valuable for MetaMansion holders.
So first thing I'm going to do is just change the wall because I didn't like that one, so let's go for this one. But this is where it comes really fun. So, you know, everyone has their own NFTs. What do you want to do with your NFTs? You want to show them off. You want to show people what you have. So let's go ahead. This is Roho. This is Nima's Bored Ape. So let's go ahead and change it to a different one. So I'm going to go ahead and press enter here. And it pops up a UI right over here that shows all of the different meta mansions that's in my collection. So I'm going to go ahead and press this one. This is one of my favorite mansions. And boom, just like that. Oh, what happened here? Just some emojis. And just like that, you can see that my meta mansion just changed or put into the frame. How amazing is that? That is just insane. Like, it's so crazy.
And not only is this live update on a real 2D display frame, the best part starts coming when we integrate this with our marketplace. Where as a MetaMansion owner, you can change what you display, and as you start displaying your own art, assets, advertising, materials, all sorts of different projects you're working on, people are actually going to be able to have a shopping experience through the 3D and 2D display walls. And the example that I could use that's very relevant to my realm is on Instagram. Currently, people are using the story feature the same way that we brought the 2D frame inside of a MetaMansion. However, what Instagram does not yet have, and I know they're working on augmented reality and all these different cool features, but the 3D aspect of it is where it starts getting very interesting, where you can start working with some of the world's top jewelry brands, where they could start renting out showroom spaces to display their upcoming products, best-selling products, and in addition to that, of course, furniture items like chairs, tables, all sorts of assets. For example, imagine one day you can come explore a table here, but not just discover it. You can actually like it, customize it, and send an ordering to the manufacturer, and through our platform, it's going to get delivered to your house. Now, this is where the metaverse experience starts making sense to a lot of people, where we start bridging the digital experience you're having the same way you go on Shopify or Amazon or Home Hardware or any of these online retailers. We're building the next version of what that shopping experience is going to look like, except it's in 3D, directly connected to your wallet, and it's real time, where you can customize materials, any section of what you want and prefer, and then you make the order based on your own preference.
100%. And what we're going to be able to do is brands, consumers, companies, just you and me, we're going to be able to create our own custom link through play.keys.xyz, and then we'll be able to go into your MetaMansion, Nima's MetaMansions, Ty's MetaMansion, my MetaMansion. Everything is going to be directly accessible through links. You don't have to download any client. And the number one thing that we looked at before we started any of this was accessibility. We wanted to make it as accessible as possible for anyone to come in. And you could do that with the browser. Nima, let's talk a little bit about the kitchen, because this kitchen is one of my favorite aspects. I really, really like the kitchen. So let's just go ahead and...
So when it comes to the kitchen,
yeah,
the best part about the kitchen is the monetization aspect of it, because you see all these frames. We created examples and samples of products that you can see, including the cutlery, including the appliances, even the bar stools. And although these are all 3D aspects of these items, again, thinking a little bit down the line, as a MetaMansion holder, you're actually going to be able to create your own assets that can provide utilities to people who visit this kitchen space. And if Daniel, you could please turn around and show the frame on the wall. These type of assets, and the reason we left these spaces empty is so that MetaMansion holders can start thinking about what they want to display here. Some people might want to display a small version of an avatar, a bear brick, any sort of different products that are relevant to the kitchen ecosystem. Some people might not even want to use this space themselves, and they might want to rent this space out to other businesses that come and actually pay them, as long as they have the right usership and the right ability to market. You're going to be able to monetize these spaces within the kitchen. And in addition to that, the reason we left some of the spaces empty was to allow our communities to start visualizing. Some people might want to have a billiard table. Some people might want to have a poker table. Some people might want to keep it empty and rent it out to another business that could come and populate that space. And these are the reasons that we're excited about the spaces that are populated and the spaces that are empty, that allow our community members to visualize the possibilities.
I think the really cool thing that I really like is kind of real business integration. How can people take this and use it in their everyday lives? I think one of the really cool things is, if you're an interior designer and you want to basically bring a space to life before building it, this is a really amazing way to do it. So you can come in with the team, build it all out, and then next thing you know, you just show it to your clients, and right away you have an amazing space that anybody can just look around and customize and change it the way they want it. And then once they give it the go ahead, you build in real life.
Exactly, and these type of developments, as I'm talking, Daniel, if you don't mind, let's go up to the bedroom and office space. These type of additions that we've really thought through always work backwards from our end goal, which is facilitating transactions on our platform, allowing MetaMansion holders the ability to actually not just customize these spaces, but allow businesses to integrate and sell items through our marketplace. So if you look at some of these features inside of the boardroom and office space, not only does it have direct accessibility to websites and all these other cool hyperlinks that we could send out, but in addition, there's specific spaces that we left empty and specific spaces that we populated. Similar to the NFT showroom, this is where you can not only flaunt and flash some of your NFTs in 3D. In this example, our team bought a Meebit and we decided to flash it and show the community what it's going to look like when they want to flash their own avatar. And one day down the line, the gameplay experience may be available for me to go inside of my own MetaMansion and others as the Meebit. And as the Meebit, I could perform certain activities and be able to engage, socialize, and of course, with my direct wallet connect, I'll be able to shop some of these items in game. In addition to that, when it comes to the boardroom and the table and the chairs, you could start to visualize some of the utilities of this space when it comes to business value. The ability, rather than me and you to talk through a Google Meet or Zoom call, come and meet me in a MetaMansion boardroom. This is where the real business is going to go down. This is where you'll be able to access all sorts of business tools, all sorts of consultants. And our vision with this space is not only metaverse benefits. We want to bridge this and bring education to this area. We want to bring our community members, people like Tony, people like Ray, who have a substantial amount of knowledge. This is where you'll be able to access and have benefits directly when it comes to knowledge gains and knowledge transfer.
Yeah, one really amazing thing that a lot of people want to do is music as well. They want to create studio space, and this is, this is our vision of this space, but you can go and create your own vision by creating a studio, a layout. You can have, we partnered with Tim, and he can come in and we can make amazing things as well. So I think that's also an amazing integration. At the end of the day, it's up to you to figure out what you want to do with the space and how you want to monetize it or do whatever you want to do with it. So there's really amazing things you can do. I look at the carpet, and one thing we haven't really talked about is the quality, right?
Quality.
Let's talk about the quality real quick, because I can see literally every grain of the thing. Oh, looks like we hit our 30-minute timer right now, so it's going to reset real quick. But
perfect. Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
So when it comes to quality, the thing about quality is it's all about the user experience. And our main mission with quality, and the reason we chose Unreal Engine 5, was to create immersive user experiences that bring hyper-realistic moments. And not just moments inside of our gameplay, but from a consumer standpoint, we're targeting a lot of our assets inside of the luxury niche. Luxury furniture, as Daniel just mentioned, the rug and specific materials that are in game that we want to have people feel as if they are actually feeling and experiencing what real life like of that item would be like. In addition to that, alongside quality, accessibility was another key factor. For people that don't know, that are either new to the project or have not paid enough attention, please note the fact that we own the largest real estate network on Instagram. We've been reaching millions and millions of people for decade long. So we have the ability to bring a lot of user traffic. None of this works or has value if people are not paying attention and seeing the value in what we're building. So if you put 2 and 2 together, coming from our Web 2 background, the ability to reach millions of people and create communities worldwide, now we're starting to build our own platform and deliver a unique, high quality, globally accessible metaverse experience. That's when this project starts falling together. With that being said, I think the entire world knows that the global metaverse industry and the amount of users is just at an early stage. So first of all, congratulations to all the people that are in early. Us as developers, but also the users, the investors, the believers, the people that are learning about the potential opportunities in this space, the people that are creating their own projects and utilities. That's what the metaverse is all about. It's about bringing all of us together in order to have these immersive user experiences. And with this in mind, the part that goes back to the idea of quality is not just about what you see. It's also about how you feel. So a lot of the products and assets that we've created, including the customization tools, take into account the ability for people to feel as if this is their own property. And although it's starting in the metaverse, there's nobody that's going to stop you from building a lot of these assets in real life. And a lot of our partnerships and a lot of our actual ideas have all of this in mind, where we're looking to integrate all of this gameplay experience, 3D asset, the optimization, the creation process. We want to bring this all to the real world. Not only will it add value to the digital experience that we're providing our community members, but imagine one day you could actually bring an avatar like CloneX into the real world as a home robotic. Or you could order the bed or the couch or the rug that you discover inside of the meta mansion. The metaverse for us is all about that bridge between the digital and physical. And the reason we're so excited about this specific alpha experience is because we see where this is headed now. It's no longer, what are we building, what's the next step? We're taking one step at a time, starting with our platform, then our marketplace, and then the ability for you, as well as us, to start performing all sorts of activities, whether it be value and revenue generating, or just a good place to spend time and socialize with family and friends.
So I think we should talk a little bit about e-commerce and the future of where that's going to go, because one thing that people have right now, they have a 2D experience where they go on a storefront, they look at the photo, you don't really get to see what it would look like on an actual human or a person. So one of the things that we did is we actually integrated clothing specifically into our metaverse. Like, this is one of the artifact clothing, but there could be a bunch of different ones. You could try them on. We want to make it so immersive and amazing that all you need to do is look at it, I like it, press it, and next thing you know, the next day ships right to your house. So we want to take the next level. So it's not just an experience of what you could do, but it's an actual storefront as well in many ways. So, look at this CloneX, you can literally see the actual shoes, the sick leggings, the shirt, the glasses, everything about it. You can come and be like, you know what, I'm going to customize my own human here, my own avatar. And the amazing part about this is you can customize it to what you want it to feel. You can express yourself. And today in this world, it's all about expression. So you want to express yourself in the best possible way, and now you can do that in an amazing experience. So that's something I really love. And let's just take a look at ourselves real quick. You can see there's a little bit of a mirror here.
And one of the coolest parts about the fashion aspect and the integration is, again, going back to the idea of allowing people to have immersive experiences and also build their own utilities. We've been talking about the NFT showroom, art, all sorts of different revenue generating activities using 2D and 3D spaces. Now, when you start talking about fashion, that starts becoming a much broader scope of events, all sorts of product launches, all sorts of customization, the ability for augmented reality, and as Daniel mentioned, self-expression. And when we start talking about avatar, this is where it starts getting really, really interesting, because we've had some discussions, and I know a lot of community members have been asking us about what our plans is and if we plan to integrate avatars. I think first and foremost, as a real estate centered project, our priority is to become the location that everybody comes to. But moving forward, as we identify a lot of these gameplay activities and interests, we will definitely be launching our own avatars. In fact, we've had ideas of creating numerous and substantial value for what avatars are all about, which we'll get into at a later time. For the purpose of this presentation, I think, Daniel, if we could maybe start walking around also the biome, and I want to start talking about the actual plot map now and the value and utility. So we've been talking about the interior space, but what's really also exciting is the actual real estate.
Should I jump down?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Little jump.
And the actual plot map, you have to consider the fact that this is all open space. So let me paint a couple pictures for you. If we could go back by the water and just show some of the spaces in front of the Meta Mansion. If you start thinking about the fact that, again, going back to the concept of real estate, not only is real estate all about supply and demand, it's also about the value that the owner of the plot of land adds. So imagine you own this Meta Mansion and this residential plot of land in the island biome. Now, as a Meta Mansion owner, not only can you monetize the interior space, but you can also monetize all of this open space. You could start getting into all sorts of water activities. You could get into all sorts of activities on the beach. We have a boat dock that, of course, opens up a new door of opportunities. And if you start thinking about all sorts of different gameplay activities, you're talking about golf. You're talking about car racing inside of the sand. You're talking about horse racing. You can have all these type of different gaming activities that add significant value to the plot of land as well. So as Daniel's heading to the boat, our entire mission with the plot of land was to create spaces that, as an owner of a Meta Mansion, you also have significant value in the residential plot of land. Please remember, the entire Keys Metaverse has a limited supply of 8,888 plots of land in the residential zone. We do have 80,000 plots of land in the commercial zone coming next, where creators will be able to build their own utilities. But when it comes to the details of the residential plots of land, this is an example of an island biome, and the boat here is a true example of utility that can be added and gained through creating assets that can add value to the residential plot of land.
Yeah, let's also talk a little bit about our keycard partnerships, because we actually have a lot of partnerships specifically for yacht rentals, house rentals, things like that. And you can see a lot of integration here as well, where they can take their actual live physical boats, put it in the metaverse, and now all of us from all across the world can actually see what it would look like, the details, how it would feel. Maybe before you want to rent it out, you want to give it a quick look in the metaverse. This is just one example of an amazing thing that you could do. So,
and on Daniel's point, Angel and Volker's Yachting, Mr. Paul Benson, who we work very closely with, actually has a yachting and charter business. And some of the discussions and some of the ideas we've been having for the future is the ability for Meta Mansion owners that have a plot of land that matches the ability to actually have a space where a boat can dock. Imagine they create 3D assets and they actually rent the boat dock to display their boats for sale. Not only does it add value for a Meta Mansion holder in the island biome to be able to monetize the plot of land in addition to the interior spaces, but now you're creating real business, tangible value for businesses like Angel and Volker's Yachting to be able to actually bring their 3D assets and not only rent it out, but also be able to sell it through our platform. And this is where our marketplace and the second layer of our business starts becoming very exciting. And of course, Keycard partners and all of our ecosystem partners have the ability to come and integrate in our metaverse. That's the entire purpose of the way that we've built this project out.
Yeah, so shout out to all the keycard holders, because you can actually start utilizing all of these benefits inside of the metaverse. So I think one thing I want to do real quick is head over to the cave, because cave is one of my nice little sneak peeks and then we could probably wrap it up. But I think in general, like giving a little bit of an understanding on the tech side of things, this is very cutting edge. A lot of what's happening here is you're actually doing a lot of the computation on the back end inside of the cloud. So, you know, my computer can't handle this type of high intensive game. So what's happening is it's actually being run on the cloud with cloud infrastructure using the best technology that kind of money can buy, best hardware. And a lot of these things are done, and then right when they're computed on the cloud, we use bidirectional streaming to instantly stream it over the 5G cloud right to your device. And whenever you press, you know, WASD, it immediately takes that feedback, sends it to the cloud, and it obviously performs a lot of these actions. And I think a lot of this is actually what the future is moving to, right? A lot of the cutting edge technology that we're utilizing to build this and make this and bring this to life is very cutting edge and actually just been developed over the past 6 months. We're taking it, we're using it, and we're right away seeing how we can bring value to our holders and, you know, the industry in general. So let's walk over to the cave real quick, and we'll talk a little bit about kind of some of the leaves. You can see here, leaves are actually
the quality is amazing.
You can see that the leaves are actually moving, just like you would in a real world. If it's static, you know, some of the other industry, you know, they don't have such an amazing experience just like we do, but because we're high def, we're on Unreal Engine 5, and not a lot of people can get to this level. So,
and when it comes to the cave, the reason that we decided to create somewhat of a cave was to show people you can create additional utilities and additional value to your plot map. You can create moments that your community or your users that come and check out your meta mansion and your island biome come and encounter these beautiful moments. And in addition to this, if Daniel, we can start walking back.
Let's do it.
Let me give you a couple samples of what we're talking about when it comes to additional value. Imagine inside of this case, you hosted a fashion show, or you partnered up with a fashion designer that wanted to rent out the cave in order to display their items. Imagine in addition to that, if you could stop and just look back, please. Imagine if this became a museum and you could start displaying 3D models of different real world models that you bring inside of the Keys Metaverse. Imagine you partnered up with a event company and they hosted a private Mambas only event here, or a keycard only event here that you can only access if you can verify that you hold a keycard. These are the type of ideas that we've been going through in order to add more and more spaces that can add value to the Meta Mansion gameplay experience. And with that being said, as Daniel was saying, when it comes to cutting edge technology, in simple terms, all the heavy lifting is being done in the cloud and it's streaming onto our device. So with the metaverse experience and global rollout, the purpose of this one meta mansion in the island biome was for us to approve that this is possible. In fact, a lot of this tech is so new that many people thought this project was absolutely impossible when we started talking about building on Unreal Engine 5, using bidirectional streaming and having users that have not only a high quality experience, but customization tools that allow you to create your own space and change what you want to see inside of your space. So all of these aspects are exciting, but then it comes to the real talk of, I hold a meta mansion. What's the benefit of being able to change these spaces and change the color? Well, the benefit is gained through users coming on your platform and your ability to actually give them an immersive experience that leads to them making decisions, whether it be to buy some of these products that are inside of your meta mansion, to spend time on your platform that can be used for you to perform all sorts of business partnership activities. I was talking to Jason of Beverly Hills last night, and he was asking about how's Meta Mansion's doing and what are you guys up to these days. And I started telling him, imagine you could bring your next product launch, and instead of doing it in your store and having 50 or 100 people attend, inside of the metaverse you can have thousands of people attend. Even if it's one by one, even if it's just for 30 minutes at a time. It's an immersive experience that is globally scalable. And for businesses and overall the digital transformation of goods and services, we're going through a time right now where every single business in the world is thinking about, what do I do next in order to bring in some of my users from around the world who can't come into my store, who are unable to actually get on an airplane, come and discover a lot of my items. So as Meta Mansion holders, you're going to have the ability to offer this to all sorts of businesses, and you can decide whether you want to focus on furniture, whether you want to focus on gaming, whether you want to focus on hosting events. Those are the activities that our platform will enable you to perform. So the reason we're super excited with these type of tools that allow you to customize and change all sorts of materials and colors goes back to the idea of providing real business value. The ability for you to offer something special and unique to businesses who are looking to enter this new immersive experience.
So I think with all that being said, I know that there probably are some questions in the chat. Let's go over them and then we can answer them one by one. But this is basically in a nutshell kind of what we've created. This is the Keys Metaverse Alpha, and it's actually ready for you right now. If you go ahead and connect your wallet, if you go to play.keys.xyz, you need to either have 100 keys, one Meta Mansion, or one key card. So Ty, let me know, are there any questions in the chat right now? Let's answer a couple of them.
Posting it up right now. Let's see if we can get some people to ask some questions.
Amazing. And as people are thinking about what to ask, one other picture that I want to paint is, imagine you see this chair. And now imagine if there was a digital twin of this chair right here. And I could take this chair and I could go inside of the gameplay experience, and if I like this chair, I could order it on the Keys Metaverse platform. And a week from now, the chair will arrive into my real world. These are the type of moments that make you go, click, that makes sense. That provides real business value. That provides real meaningful value for me to come and not just spend time on this platform, but actually build out some of these assets. And of course, a lot of these assets you see, either our team of designers created it or we used online resources. But every single one of these assets is an example of what the possibilities are when it comes to creating immersive user experiences that go down to the high quality of the material, the mesh, the curve, the overall experience that you could have with an item. And ultimately, the goal is for you to be able to customize and then order it and benefit from that interaction from our metaverse to real world.
100%. And if you want to actually create your own furniture, we're building creator tools as well, so you can import it into the metaverse, and then people can actually choose it as a design and actually purchase it on the marketplace and have it right away in their world, and have a physical twin as well. So I think the ideas are endless, the opportunities are endless, and what we're doing is we're taking the next step of e-commerce, the next step of experiences, and everything there is to offer. You know, back in the day, before when the internet was born, they were asking, you know, why would you listen to sports on the internet when you have the radio? But we're basically doing the same thing, because we're taking radio technology and we're going to the next level by giving you a 3D immersive experience that you can actually feel like you're in there. The world is going virtual, and you know it.
So we're getting a bunch of great questions.
Okay. 2 questions. Let's run it. Let's
so
go.
I think the first is, we have a lot of new members that are coming in. Let's tell them how they actually get access to this one more time.
100%. So the first thing you want to do is on either a mobile device or a browser or a computer browser, you can go to play.keys.xyz, and all you need to do is you need to have a MetaMask wallet with at least 100 keys token, which you can get on Uniswap right now. You can get, the wallet can also have one Meta Mansion or one key card, which is currently live trading on OpenSea. So you have to have those inside of your wallet, and once you have them in your wallet, you can connect. As soon as you can connect, you can actually customize it and begin exploring the Keys Metaverse experience right now, right here, today.
Another great question that we got. So how do you build the actual mansion? Where do you start?
So this is a really good question, and please note the fact that the Meta Mansions are already built. We have 24 bases, 8 biomes, and we have a total of 8,888 total Meta Mansions. Now moving forward, the game plan for us is, once we launch our commercial plots of land, you are going to be able to basically build your own mansion, building, whatever type of retail store or experience that you want to offer to your users and your gameplay experience. We will be working on all the tools in the future to be able to allow you, as our community member and as our platform user, to be able to build. With that being said, our meta mansions are already built. Now it's just a matter of creating a AAA quality playable experience. And it's no easy task. I mean, the amount of learnings and key discoveries we went through in order to build this meta mansion was no easy task. And with that being said, a lot of the assets that are inside of the mansion are also very well crafted from our team. So going back to the idea of where do you start, we already started. We are going through the entire process from start to finish, and based on our learnings, we're going to be able to create the blueprint to allow others to be able to build once we provide the creator plots of land.
100%. We're going to be creating different bases, right? We have 24 different bases, different meta mansions. They're all going to be empty inside. Right now, you can see that they actually have furniture you can customize. We're going to be able to give them to you basically with no furniture, like a blank slate. You just moved into a new apartment, you want to go customize it, you want to build it your own. And once you have that, the creator tools are going to be out, and you're going to be able to add your own furniture. You're going to be able to customize your own interior space and actually bring that mansion that you have to life. So that's how it's going to look like, and there's also going to be 3 different tiers. There's a lot of amazing different things that you could do. So
one more question.
Go ahead. Yeah, let's go.
One more question that we got. Really good one. So how can we integrate our meta mansions into real world utility?
Let's go. This is an exciting one, and this is one we're working on because there's 2 aspects to holding a meta mansion. One is that you're going to be a part of our virtual world. The other aspect is the real world utility, where we start developing partnerships with all sorts of industry players. Let's say you're a meta mansion holder and you travel a lot and you rent apartments or hotels. Airbnb partnership could be one that I could throw out as a sample of a meta mansion holder benefit that we could work on. So as a meta mansion holder, you could get all sorts of different exclusive access, discounts, and holder benefits. In addition to that, as we start integrating a lot of these assets inside of our metaverse, it's going to directly reflect to the benefit that a meta mansion holder gains. So let's just say that we partner up with a furniture brand. All of a sudden, all meta mansion holders are going to have exclusive access, exclusive discounts to all those furniture items. In addition to that, we're planning on rolling out global in real life events where meta mansion holders are going to come and join us, brainstorm with us, provide feedback, have workshops. And in addition to that, last but not least, we're looking to integrate education, allowing meta mansion holders to have real world benefits, learn from some of our community members on how to monetize the real estate ecosystem, market conditions, all sorts of timing and adjustments based on networking benefits. We have a lot of different assets and aspects that we want to bring in so that meta mansion holders get metaverse and real world benefits.
On top of that, one last thing I want to just kind of piggyback off of Nemo's point is community. You know, one of the most important and powerful things in today's day and age is a community, is a place you can call home, is a country that you can stand by, is a nationality that you can stand by. And the same exact thing happens here, where you can say that you are a resident in the Keys metaverse, and you can talk to all the fellow residents next to you, you can do business engagements, you can have conversations, and you can do a lot when it comes to real life utility with MetaMansion. So
talking about real life utility, we got a great question here. Couple fitness people tuning in. Can you hold workout classes outdoor? Will they need a VR headset, or can the webcam detect display movement and users?
I think these are all of the different activities that can come and be built and created on our platform. Of course, if you ask me right now, I would say yes, absolutely. These are all opportunities that we want to work alongside you as our community member to figure out how to build. However, once you start building, you run into all sorts of challenges, you run into all sorts of opportunities, innovation, that you start gaining information on that we can use for better decision making. In terms of headsets and in terms of webcam, motion sensors, voice recognition, these are all the different new technologies that we can immerse ourselves in. And in addition to this, not only can you actually go inside of this experience, but now imagine you have an avatar that also tracks your body movement using artificial intelligence and machine learning. Technology is advancing at such a rapid pace that every single industry has an opportunity to elevate their standard of what fitness, health, lifestyle, real estate, customization, trading, e-commerce, fashion, all of these combined is what makes the Keys Metaverse special.
100%. I think there's a lot to look forward to, and these ideas, just like you mentioned, is one of the many activities that you could do. Another really big one is the gaming industry. A lot of people want to come in and just play a couple hands of poker and going around and really kind of making it a inclusive community. So our goal is to create a platform so that people like yourselves can come in and do whatever you want and have any activity that you want to play or do, and get physical, get active. There's a lot of really amazing things, cutting edge. You know, Meta just dropped their glasses, and you can see some integration there as well. It just comes down to grit, persistence, and making sure that you take one step in front of the other and getting it done.
So with that being said, thank you everyone for joining us. This is the first live presentation of the Keys Metaverse. We got a lot more coming. In fact, we're going to have Navjeet China, the head of Metaverse development at Keys, joining us for our next session, where we're going to start getting into some technical details.
Let's do it.
And we're going to start getting into some details about what's coming next. The features we're planning on adding, the problems we encountered, all sorts of opportunities inside of this new space and ecosystem that we're building in order to continue adding more and more value. So with that being said, thank you everyone for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
If you want to learn more, feel free to join the Discord, discord.gg/Keys Metaverse. You can look you can go to the link in bio for Keys, and you can join the Discord to learn more, get into the community, get active, get excited, because this is here to stay for a really long time. So,
and feel free to share the news with your friends, family. We're here, we're accessible. As you can see, we're all about showing face, building trust, and staying transparent. 10 months ago when we started, nobody really believed us, but here we are now with a working product, and we're here to stay. So thank you everyone for your support. We'll see you soon.
Tune in out. Let's go. Let's go.